What's good, YouTube? Welcome back into another video, and as you can see, we starting off, man, right now straight onto the charts. This is a weekly recap of the trades that I took. This is essentially how my week played out, how I made money this week, and how I just moved throughout even the turmoil that I faced this week. This is exactly it. I'm going to break down the trades that I took, and I'm going to show y'all exactly how I plan on making money next week, following the same exact steps that I took this week. So without further ado, man, let's hop right into it. So the first trade that we took was on CAD JPY, man, and at the time we were bearish before we broke this lower high. We were bearish, so I took this trade. I'll actually go into replay mode. After I won the trade, this is how it came out. This is how it looked. It looked to me as if price could push lower, but before we get into exactly everything, I'm going to break down why I took this trade and how it made sense. So it's very simple, man. Price literally just made this pattern right here, and we broke. Since price broke this area over here, I then seen how we pulled back. We were in an area, price was slowing down on the lower time frames as well as on the higher time frames. I felt as if we could get a nice little push back to the downside, because on the weekly time frame we look like we're trying to break this lower low. So my whole idea was maybe price is ready to break past this low, and we might want to go and fill in other areas of price, which is why I have these blue lines right here. But I caught entry on the 15-minute, and I got a sniper entry. Basically, man, at the time of entry, I was very convinced that price was bearish and that we wanted to go lower. I seen that big bullish candle on the daily. It didn't scare me. It seemed to me that we were just pulling back just so we can get a nice sell. And the reason why I took this entry in the first place is because I seen all of this movement right here. I seen how we broke out of this range from the top. Price broke it. We were pulling back. We started to slow down, and we engulfed price right here. On the 5-minute time frame, I seen a shift in the structure, and I took entry all the way down here, and I literally caught it to this point. It was a nice 1 to 6 for sure. It was a steep drop off. You know, I understood news was coming out, and this was the first trade that played out for me. So first trade we caught this week was on Tuesday, April 8th. I caught this at work. I was at work at my 9 to 5, man. Caught this nice 1 to 6, played out smoothly, and we made profits on this trade. Yeah, man, I understand that we are in new market phases, a new market condition, especially with the way, you know, these new Trump markets are. You got to get in and out, it seems like. It seems to me that holding is good, but you have to get the right entry. So I'm very much so just trying to hone in on my entries, get the best entries that I possibly can, and get out at the best areas. You know, the areas that price is telling me that it wants to get out in. And this was a solid entry. Like I said, nice 1 to 6. Sent this one into the Discord community. All the members seen it, told them, updated them as it happened. And yeah, this was CAD JPY. The next trade that I took was Euro JPY. And essentially, man, it's the same thing I was looking for on CAD JPY. As you can see, I could draw this same pattern out on the daily. Price pushed up. We were struggling to go any higher, and then we ended up shifting from this point, breaking structure, man. And it looks like we were retesting. We was pulling back, getting close, but we kept on slowing down. So in my mind at the time, I'm assuming that the JPY, you know, the yen was just dropping this week. We're also at the EMA, nice candlestick. I'm like, you know what? I don't mind taking a sell from right here, and I just want to, you know, target the levels that make sense. The reason why I have this level is because I want to fill in this wick right here. There's a nice wick. I see a lot of wicks stopping in this area, so I highlighted this level to just get my profits. And this was going to give me a 1 to 3 if it would have played out, but it didn't play out that way. Dropping down into the 4-hour time frame, at the time of entry, as you can see, price had broke. We started to pull back, and then we slowed down over here. I believe we had an indecision candlestick around this area. Yep, and I was in the trade literally right here. I seen all this rejection at the time. I hopped in, I believe it was off the 30-minute. So as you can see, my markups, I see we're bearish because price has broken. And actually on the 15-minute is where we shift the structure right here. On the 15-minute, when we drop down, I have the same exact pattern printed off. I seen this nice engulfing candlestick, and I entered in, man. I entered in when price began to push back below this level. We also broke the EMA. I seen that, we just had a gap that got filled in. So my thoughts is now that we're going to take out these lows. And not only are we going to take out the lows, but we might have a high probability of filling in this gap to the far left, where those wicks were on the daily, filling in some more price action. And if I hit play, you can see exactly what happened to me. Price started to play out. We began to play out, man. But long story short, as y'all can see, news dropped. This was at the end of the day, man, about like 1 or 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. News released, spiked up instantly. First candle just took me out crazy. It took me completely out all the way. Like I said, I was assuming that we at least had a little bit more left, and this was about, from where I was, about 50 more pips. Price ended up, instead of going in my direction with 50 pips, it took me out with a 148 pip candle. Actually, even bigger than that, because it wicked all the way up. It wicked up like to 175 pips, bro. Took me straight out. I thought that we was going to be in the green. Thought it was going to be another successful trade, but man, it didn't. And I also sent this one into the community as well. Everyone got the update on it. Everyone's seen it. And yeah, so this was about the same thing. I put in the same risk. This was a loser. So the 1 to 6 covered it all. The 1 to 6, nice trade, beautiful move, covered it all. This one didn't. I will go to the Discord community, and I'm going to now show y'all everything that was sent in there, show y'all the updates that I gave and the profits that was made. All right, man, so as you can see, inside of the Discord community, I sent in on 4/8/25 my CAD JPY trade. As you can see, we had on a 1.12 lot, made about $1,200. 1,300 we was floating at one point in time, about 1,350, but yeah, about $1,200 is what we made off of this position, 1281. So we sent that in at 3:55 p.m. Onto the other half, the one that we didn't make any profits on, man, we ended up sending this one in as well on Euro JPY. Like I said, what the hell, Euro JPY, I have no explanation for this price action. It caught me completely off guard. Price just started to melt. Then we just shot up and got taken right out of where we was at, man. We was aiming for a nice 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Price is gonna give us that, and then news released, and y'all see stop loss. We lost about $181 on this move. I was just caught by surprise. But this is why the whole risk management aspect of trading is literally the name of the game. Like, this is why this is the sauce, and this is why I try to preach to everyone in my community to just focus on risk management, focus on what you can control, and that is how much you're risking on each opportunity that comes across you. On my end, I'm risking $150 to $200 on a position, man, to make however much the market can give me. And one of the positions that I risked 200 on played out, gave me 1,200. The other trade that I risked about, like y'all seen, I think it was 180. I don't know why it was 180. That was weird. I thought it was 200. It might have been some error on my end entering in, but it saved me a little bit of my profits. So I guess luckily I didn't lose an extra $20. Long story short, it was pretty much like a $200 entry, and then we got taken right out. So overall, for this week, we profited about $1,000 from the markets, man. Decent week. We got to do the same exact thing next week. That is everything I really wanted to go over for this video. Just give y'all a quick little update, a little weekly recap, and yeah, just break it down for y'all, get the content out for y'all, man, because we got a lot more coming on the way. Weekly updates, weekly recaps consistently. We coming in, we locked in, man, all month of April, all 2025, we locked in and we growing. But that is it. That is all, man. That is everything for this video. I appreciate y'all so much for sticking around and tuning in, man. Keep on watching the videos. Keep on showing love. We got a lot more content coming on the way. So, just be prepared, man. We coming all April, all 2025. We coming with the content, man. We got a lot more stuff. So stick around and stay tuned. If you want to join the Discord community, join the Discord link down below in the description. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. It helps out a lot. And we just moving. We keeping the ball rolling. So that being said, man, that is everything. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video.